Hello everyone, it's me, Coffee Stitcher. It's kind of late on Sunday night, and there was a reason for that, which I will go into in a few moments. This is going to be kind of a short video. There was obviously no haul this week. No haul at all. So there was no haul, but there is some Q&A, and there is some big update. So, we'll dive right into the Q&A. First to Laurentina F. No, you did not ask in the wrong place for the Q&A. I just missed it last week, because what I did was I skimmed over the ones that were retreat-specific, and went straight down to my previous video, and that was how I missed it. So, that was me being a lazy butt. But to answer your question, can you tell us what you and other peeps there do with your finishes? Do you frame and hang them all, or rotate them? I can't speak for my friends, because I have no idea what they do. What I do, some of them do get finished. A couple of them I've done as the no-sew boxes, like my Scooby-Doo from Cloud's Factory. I did the same thing with my Cloud's Factory Wizard of Oz and my Frosted Pumpkin Mysterious Halloween Town. Some things get framed. The vast majority of things end up going in a baggie in a drawer. Because I mostly stitch for me, but it doesn't always go with my what I have out. And since we have a small limited area for display, I try to only frame currently the things that I'm going to definitely display. So there we go. Apollonia Lambertus asks, what do I use on my hair? Nothing. It's shampoo. I use Head & Shoulders because I have really bad dandruff. But that's it. And a brush occasionally. And camera-wise, what I actually use, I use an iPod Touch, and I film directly through YouTube Capture. Ba-doop-boop-doo-bop. Let's see. Freckled Crafts asks, were any of your family crafty, and what did they craft? My mom is very crafty. She's done cross-stitch and decoupage, and currently she's going through and hand illustrating her Bible. So she's done a whole lot of varying things. My grandmother actually used to stitch as well, but for a while she actually made and sold stained glass. And I do have several pieces, and when she kept some things, so when she passes on, I will likely be the one to inherit them. And I've done felt things, and this, so yes, so members of my family were. Dad did some woodworking, but not a lot. My brother does a lot of woodworking. My grandfather helped my grandmother with the stained glass, but he himself was not terribly crafty. His mother, however, was a professional cake decorator. Mimi, who was my grandmother's mother, she did needlepoint, and some hand sewing, and in fact, this pillow was made by her, and it doesn't, it was dated, this was done in 1976, so, we have several of her pieces around, mostly at my parents', but we have several of those pieces, so, yeah. Let's see. Crafty Creative Claire asks, what is the most important yet easily forgotten or overlooked thing to take with you to a retreat? Fingernail clippers, because I broke a nail, was probably my most overlooked thing. But I didn't really hear anybody saying, oh crap, I forgot. Because, or if they did, one of us probably had it. Like, oh no, I need another needle. Well, somebody would have it. Oh no, my scissors are missing. Well, you use the person next to you scissors. So I don't think there was anything that was missing For me, at least. Let's see. McKenna, it was lovely to meet everyone in person. And I'll specifically this time direct it to McKenna and Cheryl and Lena, since I think they were the three who commented about getting to meet us in person. Yes, we definitely enjoyed it. And can you believe a week ago I was doing my, hey, I'm back from the retreat video. I wish I could go back to the retreat again. I'm glad to be home. But I kind of wish we could just have a retreat every, or everyone could just live here. That's what we should do. We should just form a commune. Alright, so Diane Erdman has several questions. How much do you worry about trying to keep the two threads laying nicely next to each other on every X? I tried railroading, but it slows everything down so much. Railroading gets faster the more you do it. I promise it does. I somewhat worry about it. It depends on where it is, and more specifically, if it's because of a coverage issue. But I don't worry about it a whole lot. And yes, I have actually seen Wicked the Musical. It was actually my first Broadway show. I was a senior in high school, and I saw the original cast. So, I do actually really like Wicked. I get irritated by the people who want to declare Wicked as canon, because it is definitely not canon. But I do really like the musical. And in fact, we all sang along to it on the car ride home from Austin. So, there you go. Katie's vlog is up if you want to see some car insanity from me singing and telling stories and changing accents mid-story. And almost as amusing for that, at least for me, was the fact that during the entire video, every time she pans across the room, you see my caftan and my scarf in my chair. You do not see me. I'm somewhere else. So it's almost like I showed up and didn't stitch, but I actually did stitch, so. Alright, so the reason I did not do a video earlier this morning, I actually really only worked on one project this week. And the crazy thing is, I'm gonna keep working on it. I just don't want to stop. But I wanted to wait until I got to what I classified a stopping point before I showed more. So, without further ado, here is my update on Giant Harry Potter from Cloud's Factory. And I did it on, this is on 32 count antique white from Witchold. I'm using a Delicious Threads Luna needle minder, and here's where I am. So I finished the banners, yay! And I did a whole lot of other stuff. So, kind of going individually, as you know, I did my banners to be much more in tone with the colors of the borders, and the actual houses. So we'll go to the three kids first. I had said I was going to be charting them to look more like their book covers. Well, then I got to thinking that really I associate the Weasleys wearing Weasley sweaters. So I was going to do all the Weasleys in Weasley sweaters, but then I thought, well, that's going to be a little bit excessive. So then I thought, well, since I really predominantly think of it being Fred and George in Weasley sweaters, I'll put Ron in a Chudley Cannon sweater of my own design. So that's what that is, and the little black squares are supposed to be cannonballs. And then I decided I wanted the platform 9 3/4 sign to look like the one in the actual King's Cross Railway. So that's what I did, but because it was significantly smaller, I had to add some acceptance letters under the three kids. Hedwig is currently stitched only halfway. Oh, wait, going back to the platform 9 3/4. And I put a little cart going in one side and out the other, like the carts that go through the walls. Hedwig is only half stitched, because I thought I have White Whisper. God only knows where it's gone to. So I had to order some more White Whisper, and since I'm doing the top stitches in those, she's only half stitched. Because white doesn't always show up on antique white, I'm using 3865 for all the white, because it reads as white. It's just a little dirtier. And then over here on the sorting hat, which isn't showing up too well, Maybe it is. I added a little patch and some stitches and some tatters to him, just so he'd be a little more tattery. So yeah. So here's where I'm at on Giant Harry Potter. Woo! So after this, I need to go in and do a little bit of editing, because I'm doing some tweaks to Quidditch, as well as to the Sorcerer's Stone segment. But I will be posting my pictures on the Facebook here in a few moments, and on the Instagram, so you can go like and comment there too if you want. Anyhow, yeah, I'm having an absolute blast working on it, so I'm just going to keep going until I really feel the need to go to something else. So, to hell with my schedule and my routines. So, I'm having a lot of fun, though. So, anyhow, that's kind of it for me this week. Who knows what I'll have next week. So, everyone have a good week, and I will see you soon.